Welcome to the 16th annual Poetry Out Loud recitation competition. This is the Northern Illinois Regional Recitation Competition taking place tonight. And I'm going to share my screen and show you the virtual program that we could not hand out in person. The Poetry Out Loud competition is brought to you by the National Endowment for the Arts and the Poetry Foundation. We coordinate this here at the Rockford Area Arts Council, and that is in conjunction with the Illinois Arts Council Agency. Through a generous grant from them, this program is made possible here at the Arts Council. I'm Kate Kilgore. I'm the Education and Community Engagement Director at the Arts Council, and I will be your MC this evening. So we are so glad to have you here. So our program tonight, we'll have words from our executive director. We'll introduce the contest judges and the staff involved. Round one will be poetry recitations, and that will be directly followed by round two. And then we will have words from our City of Rockford Poet Laureate, and we will have words from our Youth Poet Laureate. I'd like to start by introducing Mary McNamara Bernstein. She's our Executive Director at the Arts Council. And in addition to her role at the Arts Council, Mary is also an artist. And she says that poetry has often been the inspiration for her work. So I'd like you to give me or help me give her a silent round of applause and welcome Mary McNamara Bernstein.
Thank you, Kate. Hello and welcome, poets, judges, and supporters of our young competitors. The Arts Council exists to support, promote, and develop access to the arts for everyone. Access to programs like Poetry Out Loud. The Arts Council, in partnership with the Rockford Public Library and City of Rockford, is investing in the art of poetry with the installation of our inaugural City of Rockford Poet Laureate and Youth Laureate. Welcome, Christine, and soon welcome, Jocelyn. We are thrilled to host Poetry Out Loud at the Arts Council and to hear from our courageous and talented young poets. A warm welcome from the Rockford Area Arts Council and the best of luck to our youth this evening. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you so much. It is such an honor to have you all here tonight, and especially as we navigate a virtual Poetry Out Loud competition. Your patience, your understanding, and most of all, your determination are what makes this such a special event tonight. So thank you so much for being here virtually during this unique time. I'd just like to say one more thing that I may have forgotten to mention earlier because I was excited, and that is that after we hear from our poet laureates tonight near the end, we will announce the runner-up and the first place who will continue on to the state competition in March. So that will also happen before we say good night and good luck tonight. So we have that to look forward to, and we're looking forward to congratulating them. So I would like to introduce our judges to you, and we will start with Dorothy Page Turner. She is our accuracy judge, and Dorothy Page Turner is a music educator. She's a theater arts coordinator and a performing artist in the Rockford community. As many of you know, she has participated in the Poetry Out Loud competition in the capacity of a coach, a mentor, a judge since the beginning. For 16 years, she has been involved. Poetry recitation is an integral part of her teaching and her performing. And during her elementary and middle school education in Southern Arkansas, teachers and church ladies instilled in her a love for the spoken word. So we'd like to welcome tonight our accuracy judge, Dorothy Page Turner. Please help me give her a round of applause. Our next judge is a recitation judge for Poetry Out Loud, and that is Carol Carbone. She's retired from a 40-plus year career of teaching, and that means loving teaching. She's taught students who ranged from middle school level all the way through graduate programs. The arts, and particularly performance art and the spoken word, have always been important to her and to the teaching and the learning that she's involved in. Poetry Out Loud is especially dear to her heart, and she says that she is delighted to celebrate the success of these young women. So let's welcome our judge, Carol Carbone. Help me give her a round of applause. So glad to have her here. Our next recitation judge is Jennifer Reed. She has a PhD, which she says sometimes she brags about that and sometimes she does not make a big deal out of it, but we're thrilled about it. And she's an assistant professor of English at the Rockford University here in Rockford. Her field of study is in Irish and Japanese literature. At Rockford University, she teaches classes in English, rhetoric, gender studies, and creative writing. She also helps edit Fingerprints, Rockford University's literary arts magazine, and oversees the Colleen Holmbeck Poetry Prize. So we'd like to welcome Jennifer Reed tonight as one of our judges. Help me give her a round of applause. Our next recitation judge is Jackie Franczyk. She's here with us tonight. She's an academic support teacher at Boylan High School, and she especially enjoys working with students on their reading and writing projects. One of her favorite poets is Jacqueline Suskin, who writes beautiful impromptu poetry on a manual typewriter. So we'd like to welcome Jackie Franczyk here tonight. Welcome, Jackie. Our last judge is Megan Baylor, who has also been involved in Poetry Out Loud for many seasons. She's a dance artist and dance teacher, as well as a high school French teacher. She's participated in regional Poetry Out Loud for several years as a tally judge, and this is her first year as a recitation judge. She's a great lover of poetry, and she wanted you to know that she's currently reading Galway Kinnell's Book of Nightmares. So welcome, Megan Baylor. I also like to take time to embarrass the teachers who make this work possible. We have tonight with us, and he's been a part of it for over a decade. We have the teacher Douglas MacArthur, who graciously offered to be webmaster this year and help make this virtual competition run so smoothly. So welcome, Doug. It's great to have you here. It's so nice to see you. And also welcome to our two contestants tonight. We have Emma Carmona with us tonight from Jefferson High School and Rayanna Tremethick from Jefferson High School. So welcome to both of you. We are so glad to have you here tonight competing with us. I do need to introduce one more person. Amanda Ellis is a teacher from Jefferson, and I do believe she's the drama teacher. Yes, and so welcome, Ms. Amanda Ellis. Guys, help me give her a round of applause. Thank you so much. So we are going to get right into the first round of our poetry recitation. We are going to show you the videos that the students recorded from memory. And just as we would in person, I'll play the video, and then after it's over, we'll move on to the next video. So round one, going first, will be Rayanna Tremethick and her poem, A Boat Beneath a Sunny Sky by Lewis Carroll.
A Boat Beneath a Sunny Sky by Lewis Carroll. A boat beneath a sunny sky, lingering onward dreamily in an evening of July. Children three that nestle near, eager eye and willing ear, pleased a simple tale to hear. Long has paled that sunny sky, echoes fade and memories die. Autumn frosts have slain July. Still she haunts me, phantom-wise, Alice moving under skies, never seen by waking eyes. Children yet the tale to hear, Eager eye and willing ear lovingly shall nestle near. In a wonderland they lie, dreaming as the days go by, dreaming as the summers die, ever drifting down the stream, lingering in the golden gleam. Life, what is it but a dream?
That was A Boat Beneath the Sunny Sky by Lewis Carroll, recited by Rayanna Tremethick. And let's take a moment to give her a round of applause. Our next recitation is by Emma Carmona, England in 1819 by Percy Bysshe Shelley.
England in 1819 by Percy Bysshe Shelley. An old, mad, blind, despised, and dying king. Princes, the dregs of their dull race, who flow through public scorn. Mud from a muddy spring. Rulers who neither see, nor feel, nor know, but leech-like to their fainting country cling, till they drop, blind in blood, without a blow. A people, starved and stabbed in the untilled field. An army, whom liberticide and prey makes as a two-edged sword to all who wield. Golden and sanguine laws which tempt and slay. Religion, Christless, godless, a book sealed. A senate, times where statute unrepealed. Are graves from which a glorious phantom may burst, to illumine our tempestuous day.
That was Emma Carmona, and let's take a moment to give her a round of applause for that recitation. So we'll have a virtual intermission now to honor the contributions of our friends and family who make this work possible by supporting these youth who are working on this so diligently. They make sure the meals are taken care of, the rides are provided, the equipment is working properly, and supporting the great talent of their loved ones as well, which we see tonight. So we want to take this time to honor the Tremethick family and friends and the Carmona family and friends who we know are rooting on these youth and wishing them all the best, not only tonight, but at the state competition. With that, we will move on to our second round. For round two, Emma Carmona will recite first.
Time Does Not Bring Relief. You All Have Lied by Edna St. Vincent Millay. Time does not bring relief. You all have lied. Who told me time would ease me of my pain? I miss him in the weeping of the rain. I want him at the shrinking of the tide. The old snows melt from every mountainside, and last year's leaves are smoke in every lane. But last year's bitter loving must remain, heaped on my heart, and my old thoughts abide. There are 100 places where I fear to go, so with his memory they brim, and entering with relief some quiet place, where never fell his foot or shone his face, I say, there is no memory of him here, and so stand stricken, so remembering him.
That was Emma Carmona reciting Time Does Not Bring Relief, You All Have Lied by Edna St. Vincent Millay. Let's give her a round of applause for that recitation. Next is Rayanna Tremethick, Turtle Came to See Me by Margarita Engel.
Turtle Came to See Me by Margarita Engel. The first story I ever write is a bright crayon picture of a dancing tree, the branches tossed by island wind. I draw myself standing beside the tree, with a colorful parrot soaring above me and a magical turtle clasped in my hand, and two yellow wings fluttering on the proud shoulders of my ruffled Cuban rumba dancer's fancy dress. In my California kindergarten class, the teacher scolds me. Real trees don't look like that. It's the moment when I first begin to learn that teachers can be wrong. They have never seen the dancing plants of Cuba.
That was Rayanna Tremethick reciting Turtle Came to See Me by Margarita Engel. Let's give her a round of applause for that recitation. that concludes the first and second round for tonight's poetry recitations. And it does seem to go kind of quickly when you have a few competitors. And so we want to make sure to mention that this competition is open to all high school students in every state of the United States. And we would love to see more poetic enthusiasts become involved in it. We acknowledge that that current conditions and staying home and staying safe is, of course, where we focus first. But we invite anyone you know of who's excited about poetry, and especially this level of recitation and this level of passion, to get involved. The Arts Council oversees the Northern Illinois Regional Poetry Competition, so you can reach out to the Arts Council to get involved, or go directly to poetryoutloud.org to see what it takes to sign up your class for this competition. So our Youth Poet Laureate of Rockford, Jocelyn Kuntz, could not be here with us this evening, but she did send in a video wishing her best, and it's very unique and beautiful. So I'm excited to share that with you next. And thank you for your patience as we navigate the virtual world here. And so here we'll have some words from Jocelyn Kuntz.
As this year progresses, we understand poetry's prevalence. Does our work reflect the present events? With each new poem emerges a new precedent. Could our work be recited for a president? With each word we write and recite, we strive to bring light to what is right. Sharing our work on stage and through screens, we adapt to every challenge the pandemic brings. You've recited work from the past, but your presence in the present is what makes it last. Each of you has something to say. Each of you has contributed to poetry in your own way. Congratulations to all of you. May your poetic presence carry through. Hello, my name is Jocelyn Kuntz. I'm the Rockford Youth Poet Laureate. I've been involved with Poetry Out Loud for many years. I've been an audience member and a prompter. Throughout my time viewing the event and participating in it, I've noticed that there is no bias or prejudice in the event, and everyone is treated fairly regardless of who they are. Good luck to all of you.
Thank you to Jocelyn Kuntz for sharing that unique and beautiful words with us. And I am so pleased to introduce our City of Rockford Poet Laureate, Chris Swanberg, tonight. She is going to share some exciting words with us. And just a little bit about her. She is celebrating her newest book, Wild Fruition, which is available on Pudd'nhead Press. And she's been a writing teacher and a mentor in schools, colleges, women's groups, libraries, and conferences around the country. Her recordings and readings can be found on various websites, as well as the City of Rockford Poet Laureate Facebook page, where she's an active member, including representing and sharing out our information about tonight's competition. So will you please help me warmly welcome Chris Swanberg.
I want to say thank you to the teachers in particular right now, because I started as a drama coach at East High School, and then was with the English department in creative writing. So I know the hard work that you do. And to the students and participants, I want to say greetings, poetry lovers, interpreters, and performers. I congratulate you. In an age where there are sound bites and so many distractions, you are focused and you are guardians of the language. You keep the elegance of poetry alive through your focus. I admire your perseverance, your hard work, your intelligence, your discernment, and culling out meaning. I congratulate you and wish you victory. And I wanted to read a poem about poetry that I think the participants in particular will resonate with, because I think people who get involved in this kind of thing have a real kind of brilliant interpretation of of words. So this is called Poetry Is. Poetry is the scrapbook of the heart, the blueprint of the soul, the labyrinth of the mind, the path of perception, the inventory of love in all its forms. Poetry is the antidote for shallowness, the remedy for stagnation, the balm for loss, the clarified moment of memory, the ruthless recollection transformed. Poetry is the senses salted, the lens magnified, the thought simmered and ignited, touch translated, taste untampered, tapped and untempered feeling. Poetry is meticulous metaphor, synesthetic symbiology, the reckoning and redemption, stones of sculpted stanzas that lead beyond the temple of turmoil to the sanctuary where a garden bench waits you. Perhaps a small chalice of wine, communion of meaning gleaned, shared among the likewise spirits. And so, contestants, I think you are the likewise spirits. And I know Kate had wanted me to share something kind of comical or insightful, and I've got a couple of confessions, I guess you might say. But I have to say, it kind of blew my mind because one of the contestants read an Edna St. Vincent Millay poem, and that reminded me of the very confession I was going to have here. Okay, so when I was a senior in college, I really didn't want to take debate. I was afraid of it. And so I put it off and I put it off. And suddenly I couldn't take it anymore because they weren't offering it my senior year, second semester. So they let me take oral interpretation of literary types instead. And I sort of rolled my eyes at that thinking, oh goodness, what could this possibly be? That course probably has impacted my life more than any other course I've ever had, because I was a teacher for 35 years. And so when you're up in front of a group and you're reading, you are using oral interpretation. But then as I branched out into poetry and became more and more of an actual poet, that class really helped me to frame the language. And in fact, I remember, just because this gal read it, the poem I really remember reading in that class was Edna St. Vincent's Millay, lay my ashes to the wind that blows across the sea, and I shall see a fisherman from out of Capri, and he will say, seeing me, etc. And so I remember it vividly, and I'm 71 years old. That was when I was like 19, 20, something like that. So these things really do stick with you. And so that's my little confession. And the other little confession is an embarrassing moment. So I was giving, this is so the kids that are doing this will know that if you have an embarrassing moment, somehow you just deal with it and move on. And my embarrassing moment was this. So I'm giving this reading, this commissioned reading to a church that is packed with people. And they've given me a music stand to put my portfolio with the poem in. And I'm standing up there and I'm reading it and I'm starting to get vertigo. And I'm thinking, what is going on here? Well, what was happening was this musical stand was like inching down very, very slowly. And of course you have to think, and I'm not a multitasker, so this is very hard. What do I do? So I kind of grabbed the thing, and gently brought it up, realizing that I was going to have to hold on to it for the rest of it because I could not get it, to actually stay put. So I read the whole thing and stood there afterwards holding it. And so if you have an embarrassing moment, which none of you had tonight, but if you do, just keep on tracking. The show must go on. So thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Christine. You were just the greatest. You made me laugh. You made me relax, just like I had hoped you would for our contestants. There is no drum roll tonight, and usually we assemble a few people up on stage together where we would shake hands. So it will just look a little different this evening. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to announce the runner-up and the winner, and both will move on to the state competition level. And then after that, we can unmute and take some time to congratulate them. And I'll say a few credits at the end, if that's all right with everyone. So without further ado, our runner-up for this competition is Emma Carmona. Congratulations, Emma. And our first place winner for today's competition is Rayanna Tremethick. Congratulations, Rayanna.
Thank you.
Please feel free for the next minute or two, go ahead and unmute and let's wish them all the best and congratulations, because we got to see just how hard you work and we are so very happy for both of you. We are so very proud of our competitors. Over the last few months, I get a chance to reach out to the different schools and contact different teachers. With what's happening around the world, instead of expecting too much from anyone, I just want to congratulate the teachers who have continued to make this type of competition possible during this time period. It does take a certain amount of involvement and problem solving and being willing to be flexible and innovative. And I saw the same type of determination from the students and from our judges, who in the past just get to come and gather that evening, but now had to work around tech issues. And so determination and innovation would really be what I say are the big words of this year's competition. I am so very thrilled to tell you that Rayanna Tremethick and Emma Carmona will continue on to the state level and possibly beyond. What they will do is record videos and submit those to the Illinois State Coordinator. They will be viewed and scored by judges, and an announcement will be made on March 8th, who out of all of the Illinois State competitors who will go on to the semifinals and the finals, both of which will be in May. We don't have a lot of information yet about what the national competition will look like, but it's very possible that it will be a series of submissions of videos and then an announcement of who the winner is, which just makes me triply thrilled that we were able to put an event together tonight to honor the hard work of our competitors. So, one last thing I wanted to mention, and I will share my screen to do this. So thank you for your patience as I screen share. And that's to acknowledge the Illinois Arts Council Agency, their executive director, Joshua Davis, and Susan Dixon, who's the director of Ethnic and Folk Arts, Literature, and Presenters Programs. All of the staff at the Rockford Area Arts Council, who is Mary McNamara Bernstein, our executive director, myself, and Beth Edgerton, our office manager. We are so proud to put on this program every year, and you can look forward to seeing us again next February as we'll put on next year's program. This program is made possible through the hard work of the classroom teachers and the determination and artistic talent of the youth involved. But it's also made possible through a generous donation from the Illinois Arts Council Agency through the National Endowment for the Arts. The arts are so very essential to who we are as human beings. And so we thank them for their contributions in making important programs like this continue. And like I said, those classroom teachers, through them, all of this is possible. And we are so very thrilled to have you involved and to know that you were able to keep this program going during the most unique of times. This concludes the official portion of the competition, but I invite you to stay on for the next 5 minutes if you'd like to unmute and talk to the youth involved or talk to each other. We are so glad to have you here. And thank you so much for being here tonight.
I'd like to take a moment also and make sure we thank Miss Kate Kilgore for making sure we still did this year. In the chaos that is COVID education, without her, who knows what might have happened this year. So thank you to you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kate.
Thank you.
Well, thank you to each of you. I mean, it was everyone involved, and especially the youth who are so very talented.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. It's awesome.
Good luck to you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, Emma. Thank you once again, everyone, for being here tonight, to our Poet Laureate for being so involved in helping share out this information. I really appreciated that. She was a champion along the way. It was great. And Mary McNamara Bernston, our executive director, thank you for being here tonight and for your words to welcome everyone. And thank you to each of our judges who have been involved in Poetry Out Loud for many years. And I think we have some new judges who I hope are excited about either being judges again in the future or possibly being a coach at the high school level to go in and mentor a bit about tips and ideas for the most unique recitation. Excellent, good. I was hoping you'd want to join us again next year. I don't know what next year will look like. Maybe it'll be virtual again, who knows, but whatever it is, I know that we'll make it a success. And I think we'll see definitely some students from Jefferson, but hopefully some students from the entire Rockford region represented. It'll be great to see involvement. I know they're modest and I don't think they're gonna give us any words. But Rayanna and Emma, congratulations and good luck to you. It'll be exciting to find out if you use the same recording for your state competition, or if you decide to delve back in and submit a new video. I do believe at the state level, there's 3 rounds. So there will definitely be at least one more recording coming up. So good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna wrap it up here for the end of the Poetry Out Loud competition for the Northern Illinois region. Thank you so much to each of you for your time tonight and for your talent and for your sharing of this artistic, beautiful moment. I'm wishing all of you the best of health and to be nice and safe out there, and good luck to our competitors. And check into the Arts Council to see how it goes at the state level. We will keep you posted. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a wonderful night and take care.